All right, hello and welcome to the MegaMonsterCast. Today we were talking about DanDaDan episode 3. I am Nick. With me is Eating Josh.
Dan, 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 dan.
Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, we're talking about the third episode of DanDaDan. Uh,
Oh my god, it was so good.
yeah, no, it's pretty good. It opens with we are introduced to
Sexy
Ayase's
Granny.
grandma, and she is making all these predictions about this like young idol dude. And she's like, "Well, you're 27, right?" Yeah. No, I'm 20. You're married and have kids, right? Live alone. You're a fan of curry, right? Ramen.
So she's a fraud?
Yep. Like everyone's apologizing to him, and she's walking off. Like you see this, like she's got almost a Marge Simpson haircut going on.
Hell yeah. Let's bring back tall hair.
Yep, super tall hair. Yeah, then she gets like taxied or Ubered home, and the driver's like, "Hey, aren't you that famous psychic lady? Are you like actually psychic or what?" And she's like, "You better drop me off or you're gonna fucking die, dickbag."
I like how you're making a joke, but it's like almost word for word the exact what she said.
Oh yeah, no, like she's like not at all pulling the punches on this. Like, no, you're gonna die if you don't leave. So like, get the fuck out. This is me being nice. You're gonna die. And then we get Turbo Granny being weird as fuck again.
Yeah.
And I think she was gonna bite off Ayase's vagina next.
So we came to the same,
Yep,
same conclusion.
yep. But then she's stopped by a brick with a nail and a
Sexy Granny.
elderly, yeah, sexy grandma with a baseball bat.
Oh man, I was her. No, no.
Yep. Yeah. So this is where I started reading the manga because the first two episodes were so good. I had to like get ahead. So I read from this point on.
Nice. Yeah, I kind of want to get the manga.
It's pretty
This has
fucking
been
good.
a refreshing breath of air
Oh yeah.
in anime.
Yeah, this has been very good. Yeah, so Turbo Granny and she are fighting, and she keeps setting Turbo Granny on fire because she's using like
Magic.
special magic circles. So she has like a
Also,
magic circle that Turbo Granny's in that if she gets out of it, she gets lit on fire.
how did I not notice that? Um, Freaking Ken does the Carlton in the opening.
That's fair. God damn. I mean, yeah, you're right. I didn't think about it, but you're right. Yeah, he totally does the Carlton.
Someone pointed that out to me, and then I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, no, the opening is ridiculous. Everyone should
Yeah.
always watch the opening.
Well, he does the Carlton, and then he does the freaky run. I think from what is it? It's not. It's not Soul Eater. He does a run from some anime, which is essentially just the Scooby Doo run.
That's fair. Yeah.
And I love it. I love everything about this.
Honestly, it's an amazing show. I also love that her bat is actually a pencil that she can withdraw into the bat.
It brings a cork bat to like a whole new meaning.
Oh yeah. Now she has circle within circle. And then we skip ahead to Ayase's asleep in her room. She wakes up, goes down to talk to her grandma.
I
Her
love
grand
this.
her grandma's just lounging there
Yeah,
while
she
watching
is.
old movies. And Ayase's kind of afraid that her grandma killed him.
No, she wouldn't do that.
Uh, Bakatano, that's what it was that she was watching.
That granny knows that her granddaughter wants that peen.
Yeah, but her grandma also knows that she makes bad decisions about men.
Oh, can't argue with that one either.
True. The two boys that she's been into so far that we've run into are a douchebag and possessed by an old woman.
The second one sounds like the perfect man.
hmm So then she goes and visits him inside of the shrine. He's just eating food there. She closes the doors so that he won't see that she's relieved because she doesn't want to let him see that he matters to her and then gets pissed off at him. Like, okay, so the first episode talks about how this is like a love story.
hmm
Let me see, what's the name of the first episode? Yeah, that's how love starts, you know? Like, despite the fact that this is like a really good action, the core of this story is just two teenagers that like happen to meet each other at school and circumstances cause them to realize they're kind of into each other.
Yeah, nothing says love like being abducted by aliens and getting your peen bit off.
Well, now she knows it's real love because she can't get that dick.
Yeah, but I know what true love feels like when you get your peen bit
hmm
constantly.
It's
God, I miss her.
okay, you can get your peen bit another time. Yeah, so now they're talking about that Turbo Granny stole his dick, and we find out that Ayase's psychic powers are incredibly high, but probably semi-dormant because she's not able to fully channel them.
She needs that peen.
Yep. So yes, now we get a little backstory on Turbo Granny. That she used to be the 100 kilometer per hour granny, but that's a lot of wordiness, so they just call her Turbo Granny.
Yeah, and she's like, I took it as she's like two entities in one now,
Yeah, so two entities live in that, and they kind of are semi-bonded. That's
What
that's actually what this episode and the next episode are all about. Is that the two are like two spirits that are semi-bonded to each other. Yeah.
which is official going. God, I can't talk.
Yep.
Which I assume is how she's going to release her full power, is realizing they're two beings in one, basically.
Yep. This is gonna turn into fucking Darlin in the Franks.
Hell yeah.
Yep. I love how Granny is just like the biggest shit stirrer. Like, hey, she's in love with you. You know that, right? Like, she's in love with you.
She wants that.
Which, like, she's making fun of her granddaughter, but like, real talk, that's probably what her granddaughter needs. is
And
like that
honestly, it's what
push.
a grandparent would do.
Yeah, that like she needs that push of now you're clearly into this boy. Just go fucking talk to him. Like you're like admit you're into him. Just be honest with your emotions. Have emotional maturity beyond a 16-year-old girl.
But that's impossible.
Hmm.
Not until at least three-quarters of the way through this anime.
Yes. So they've decided that they're going to have a competition against Turbo Granny to win back Okorun's dick. That they have to play
Okay,
a game of tag.
I'm going to assume they win this, but how? How are they going to run more than 100 kilometers? How are they going to run 101 kilometers per hour?
They figure it out. Let's say that. They figure it out. It's there's going to be a couple of really cool things in the next episode, I'm pretty sure, because I feel like the next episode has to conclude this. Like there's not a whole lot that they could stretch into 3 episodes on this one. Maybe they could, maybe, but that would be kind of pushing it.
Gotcha.
Um, and then after that, we're gonna get a couple of other like really fun arcs because there's other characters you're gonna get introduced to this season.
I want to know where's the cat?
Do you want to know what the cat is? You want to know the deal with the cat? I can
Is
tell
it
you the
in the
deal with the cat.
tunnel?
Kind of.
Ah, okay. I don't care. I want this spoiled. I like that cat.
Okay. For those of you guys who are watching, skip ahead like 10 seconds. Okay, so they separate Turbo Granny's consciousness from Okarun and put it in the cat. That's Turbo Granny. Turbo Granny's that for the rest of the season.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That makes me more excited.
No, dude, there's so many fun little twists. Like, this season is gonna be really fucking fun. Like, really, really fucking fun.
Oh God.
Yeah. So they have to train to get ready to try to race Turbo Granny now. And Ukarun's like, don't like stop being my friend ever, because I can't acknowledge that I'm also super into you, because I don't have that emotional maturity.
I think it's super pissed.
Yep. Also, they can't be too far away from each other.
That
Again, that's something that's brought up a few times. Oh, so side note, how did you like that the newscast basically confirms everything Granny said?
yes, and she's just sitting there. She's not even mad that they said multiple things were correct. It's the fact that they didn't mention his favorite food being curry.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, she wants all of it to be proven true. Like, no, listen, I know for a fact that fucker lied about the curry thing too. We also run into the biggest problem Okarun will ever run into with this curse. The fact
In
that
fact, that
you go for it.
the fact that she has to watch him poop.
Yep.
Also, for an anime, like it's kind of cool that the fact that they are giving every character a different outfit every episode
Hmm.
instead of making them just wear the same things over and over.
I mean, we'll get a little bit of that like when they go to school because they do
Yeah,
go
I
back
mean
to school.
that's a uniform's a uniform, but like usually that's something they don't even pay attention to.
Hmm. Yeah, I appreciate that. Like because they're not at school, they wear different clothes.
It's just a small touch to kind of make them feel human.
Yep. I God, I just love how like truly shamed Okarun looks when he's taking a shit, and he has to have shit with the door open so she can kind of watch him poop.
Yes.
Just like the most ashamed a teenage boy could look.
Don't look at me.
Yep.
But then the most terrifying scene happens.
When she looks away too long and Turbo Granny takes over.
Yes, just the big eye in the door.
Yep.
It starts taunting her, be like, "Yeah, I'll give your granny a heart attack or a stroke. You decide right now."
Yep.
Blood's pouring out of every orifice. Oh,
No, Turbo Granny's a fun character. Like she's interesting. So then they have to dress up in like shrine gear and go challenge her. They're dressed up in this shrine gear stuff for like armor and taking the fucking train, just looking like they're going to a festival.
okay. You watched this subbed and dubbed, right?
Yeah, I've watched it both.
Okay, now I haven't watched it subbed yet,
Mm,
but in that part where they're in full get up gear,
mm.
does she have a full conversation without moving her mouth?
1 second, let me go back to it.
She's like, "We might look ridiculous, but we took on those aliens. Blank
I
face,
think
nothing's
it's.
moving."
I think so. Yes.
Okay, that is a weird
Choice. Yeah.
error.
Yeah, it's fair. Fucking Turbo Granny. Oh, and then she changes in the fucking
Because
post-credit
she
scene.
doesn't want to look ridiculous.
Yeah, she thinks it looks stupid wearing that getup, so she's not gonna wear it. She wants to look trendy.
And then we get cat memes.
Yep. Yeah. So Josh, where do you think this is going?
Ah, well, I mean, obviously we know Turbo Granny and all that.
Hmm.
The second entity throws me for a loop. And what I think we forgot to mention was the fact that Granny gets her power from a god in a certain area,
Yep.
and beyond that, nothing.
Yeah.
Like her powers won't work.
Yep. She has a patron god of this specific region she lives in, and when she exits that like zip code, basically just cut off entirely.
I feel like somehow Momo is going to be able to, I guess, unlock her powers,
Hmm.
but they'll still be tied to those patrons, but be able to use them anywhere to fight some bigger, badder evil.
Very possible.
That being the banana aliens.
Also possible. Uh, I will say we have not seen the last of them.
Perfect.
We're definitely going to see them at least one more time this season.
Just what we needed, more drill dick.
Yeah.
Uh,
Any other predictions you're going to make before we call this one?
Turbo Granny is going to become an essential part of the team, and will love being a fortune cat. for the rest of her undying life.
You're in parts right.
Also, spoilers
Yep.
for what I just said.
Yep. Yep. All right. With that, we will call this episode. Tune in next week where we talk more about what is one of the weirder anime of this season. Bye bye.
Bye.